Hey everybody, just gonna be real brief. It's not a laughing matter, but in all actuality, it is. Listen to me. Are y'all familiar with how fishermen they'll throw out chum in order to catch sharks? You saw it on they did it on Jaws, that movie Jaws, but that's what they actually do. They throw out these big buckets of rotting fish blood with meat in it to attract sharks, because that's what sharks are attracted to. So here we have now Mr. Biden and Mrs. Harris, who are the presumptive presumptive president-elect, presumed president-elect, and vice president-elect. They haven't been inaugurated yet, or sworn in yet. And, whether they get in there or not, it depends on how things run. I would prefer to keep the standing president in where he's at, even though I've had people commenting on me that he's a racist and he has hateful rhetoric and all this kind of stuff, and it's the same old talking points that they used. Half of them don't know the man. They ain't paying him no attention. They just know that they hate him because everybody else hates him. But anyway, with that said, I hope you've been watching the news about already. I spoke about it in one of my earlier vlogs. Already, Mr. Biden is chum. Look, he's already chum in the waters of the political process. And there's a bunch of sharks out there. And all the sharks are coming after him. And if he don't know how to get away, he's gonna get ate up, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something. This man, Mr. Joe Biden, he has allowed the Democratic Party to put him in a place along with a black female as vice president, because that's all. She just had to be a black, and she has be a female. She didn't have to have no power. She doesn't have. She has no power. But listen to me. These people are gonna get ate up, y'all. And that's what I like about President Trump, the current president, because he's still a president, is the fact that you say anything about him, how nasty he gets and the way he talks at people, and then with Twitter and all this kind of stuff. But the one thing that you're not going to bully him. What I mean? You're not going to bully Donald J. Trump. And when you have to run a whole nation full of diversity, because that's one of the things they're always talking about. The liberals always talk about diversity. This is a diverse country. The political process has to be diverse, and society has to be diverse. Everybody, diversity, inclusion. Everybody has to be included on everything. Listen to me, y'all. You better wake up and smell the coffee, because this man's gonna get ate up. They're gonna run him down so bad. He's gonna be so afraid to get up in the morning and come to the Oval Office, step out on the white porch. Look, because everybody's going to be telling him what to do. Fox News, November 2020. All three of these stories came out over the last few days. A new squad leader. Biden needs to pay back the black communities. Once again, this is one of these stories. I already talked about it a video or two ago. Another story. AOC and saved rally outside DNC to pressure Biden into embracing the Green New Deal. So AOC and the squad rally, AOC and the squad, I just kind of scribbled this down, trying to read my own writing. So AOC and squad rally outside the DNC to pressure Biden into embracing the Green New Deal. Pressure Biden. Now, keep in mind, now Biden, his own party put him in a bucket. His wife did it. his own party, put him in a bucket, and threw him out into this ocean full of sharks out here. Listen to me. And they're coming after him because they're hungry. They smell blood. They smell the type of change that they want to have. Not anything that's good for this nation. These are the most selfish, narcissistic, hateful, United States hating people that in 61 years of living on this planet and in this country, I have ever seen and have ever come to know. Black Lives Matter pressures Dems to embrace bill described as a roadmap for prison abolition. It's called the Breath Act. And it's by the same woman, Patrice Coolers, that said that Joe Biden owes us. He owes the black community for their vote. Today, about an hour ago, Biden transition officials asked progressives to wait before they pass judgment. Why are they passing judgment? Because they don't like who of the presumptive president-elect. They don't like the people that he's picked for his cabinet. Not good enough for them. They're not good enough for them. So what are they doing? They're sharks coming after the Chum. They're going to eat this man alive, y'all. The one thing that this country had going for them, whether you like him or not, is you had a man in there that wasn't afraid to fight back. You say right now that he should just let go of the whole thing. Let Joe Biden and Kamala Harris step on in, give them the keys to the White House, whatever you want them to do. That look, you just don't want him to fight back, is what it is. Because see, that's what bullies do. Bullies, they pick on people that they think are not going to fight back. Chum and sharks. Chum and sharks. Whereas right now, we have in the White House a man that's going to fight back. He's going to fight back. Look, you're just not going to throw him to the sharks. Look, y'all been trying to do that for 3.5 years, trying to throw this man to the sharks. This man that, before he decided to become, to run for the presidency of the United States, everybody loved him. When he was on that show that he did, You're Fired. Everybody, man, nobody had no problem with Donald Trump, but now that he's president and he's not allowing y'all to bully him and push him around, you are throwing your own mindset onto him, saying that he's the racist, he's the one with the hateful rhetoric and the vitriol and all these kind of terms that y'all are using now to try to define him, to try to make him be what you want him to be, when the truth is you're the sharks, and now you have Chum in the water. With Joe Biden, you have Chum in the water, and they are already going. He's not in the White House yet, hadn't been inaugurated yet, all the final votes aren't even done yet, and already, look, this man, he better swim. He better swim for his life, boy. He better swim for his life, because the sharks, AOC, the Squad, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and every other organization that knows that now there's going to be a man and a woman there that will not, they cannot, they don't have the strength to fight back. Listen to me, y'all. You need to understand what y'all done did. You need to understand, especially those of you that are the household of faith, you need to understand that your lack of compassion to see that Joe Biden is not fit to be the presidency because you hated one man so bad, you threw Joe Biden to the sharks. You threw him to the sharks. Look, the country was heading in the right direction. I don't care what you say. But because you hated this one man so bad, you hated him so bad, you people, you saved Christian, you people that's supposed to love and care for and have compassion for the sick and the elderly, you threw this man to the sharks. You threw him overboard. His own wife threw him overboard. And look what's happening. Already. They're already after him. He's Chum, y'all. He's Chum. So, you know, it's going to be very interesting to watch over the next, 3.5, 4 years to come. If they're sworn in, him and his Chum buddy, and I'm not being ugly, y'all. I'm telling you, this is the truth. Okay, so if Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the presumptive president-elect and the vice president-elect, if they're sworn in, I can guarantee you this. They're going to get ate alive. And this is the thing, because Kamala Harris and the squad members, all these black women with their bad attitudes and their hatred, the Muslim and all this kind of stuff that's there, look, Biden, he can't help but be destroyed, y'all, because he's got one right there as his vice president. This woman that slept her way to position. This woman that put more black men in prison than anybody else did over marijuana, and then got caught smoking marijuana and laughed about it. This is the vice president of the United States that could be. Listen to me. You can say whatever you want to say, that I'm being ugly, I'm hateful rhetoric. For those of you that have been commenting in, I'm going to take so many more comments of this foolishness, and I'm just going to cut y'all all off. Because the one guy tried to tell me today about hateful rhetoric, that the conservatives, they're the ones that are being hateful. They're the ones that are spewing racism and hatred rhetoric. And I sent him a text. I said, until you show me, you give me video or audio proof. And you know who you are. You know who you are. You give me video or audio proof that the conservatives, they're the ones that are tearing down cities, burning cities up, spewing hateful rhetoric, throwing feces at the police, throwing railroad spikes at the police. Until you can show me audio and let me hear video, if you show me something that proves your point, I'll talk with you. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But you know what? Chum, the Sharks, they're the Sharks, man. They're out there, full force. Joe Biden is the Chum. He's got Kamala Harris that's right there, supposed to be going to help him out, but she's going to be more harmful and more hurtful to him than you could ever imagine. I know what I'm talking about, y'all. Listen to me. That's what I love about being saved. God gives us discernment. And you can look and you can see and you can tell when the devil is after people. Jesus Christ said it best, if the blind be leaders of the blind, they'll both fall into a ditch. And you have blind people who have put blind people in position, and they're all blind. And I can guarantee you this, mock my words. Look, I'm a Christian. I'm not a prophet. I don't have to be a prophet. I'm not a prophet. Everything that's been prophesied is already in the book. It's just going to take place. It's going to happen as it goes along, as it gets closer to Christ, time for Christ's return. It's going to go along. But I can guarantee you this. You are about to see the craziest stuff take place in our nation because y'all hated one man so bad. He had great policies. The country was heading in the right direction. You can lie and say it if you want to, but you're going to lie one day and your tongue is going to knot up in your mouth and you're going to choke on it. You can lie if you want to. The nation was headed in the right direction, but because you hated Donald Trump so bad, you threw Joe Biden like Chum in the water, and now the Sharks are going to get him. His own wife ought to be ashamed of herself, allowing her husband. This man, within the next year and a half, he's not going to be able to think straight. The pressure is going to cause his mind to collapse. I know what I'm talking about. The pressure is going to cause his mind to collapse. All that he has to go through. Not being able to sleep at nighttime. I don't care how many push-ups he says he can do. The man has already got onset dementia. By the time the next year and a half is over, Kamala Harris they're going to have to install her as a president. She's going to bring all of her buddies along. All the Sharks are going to be in the ship. All the Sharks are going to be in the ship. And then once they all get together, they're going to start tearing each other up. They're going to start eating. Listen, our nation is on a pathway to destruction, y'all, because you cannot allow this type of evil to run rampant in the nation just because you hate somebody so bad. So keep this in mind. Black Lives Matter is already after him. AOC and the squad is already after him. The progressives are already after him, wanting him to install the people that they feel as though should be in there. And this man, they're going to eat this man alive. Y'all, the sharks are out, y'all. With that said, I'm done. Mock my word. Until next time we come back together, farewell, y'all.